Welcome to the channel Maths by Swati ma'am. We are with the chapter Trigonometry, and dears, now this is the next prove that question, and prove that questions are very important for the chapter Trigonometry. Dears, while I'll be doing the longer or the bigger questions, don't just copy with me. What you do is just look at the board first. After that, take a screenshot or pause the video, try to do by yourself. Understanding? Just if you go on copying with me, then you might end up with a confusion, so don't do that. Understanding? And these questions are little important questions, previously asked questions. Fine, we'll do it step by step, you will understand it more. Prove that root of 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta, again plus root of 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta is equal to 2 sec theta. Okay, now I told you I have to remove the root. If I want to remove the root, I have to make it a square. To make it a square, what I told you, rationalize the denominator. Okay, now I'll rationalize the denominator. What I'm going to get, dears, look at the board. Root of, I'm going to consider the LHS part and I'm going to simplify the LHS part here. Root of 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. To rationalize the denominator, I have to again multiply by the denominator with the opposite sign. Now it is 1 minus sine theta, so I have to multiply by 1 plus sine theta, yes or no, into 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Okay, 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Same thing I have to do with respect to the other part also, dears. Now, plus we have root of, what is there in the second part? I have 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Again, I have to go for rationalizing the denominator. If I rationalize it, I'll be having here 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. Okay, we'll simplify. We'll move to the next step. Dears, see here, 1 plus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta. See, both are twice I have written. So 1 plus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta will give me 1 plus sine theta the whole square. Okay, 1 plus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta, 1 plus sine theta the whole square divided by, look at the denominator part, a plus b, a minus b into a plus b, which is nothing but a square minus b square. So I'll be writing 1 square minus sine square theta. Okay, a minus b into a plus b is equal to a square minus b square, that is 1 square minus sine square theta. Plus, simplify the other part. Look at the numerator. 1 minus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta. So what I'll be having here, dears? 1 minus sine theta the whole square. Okay, 1 minus sine theta the whole square. In the denominator part, what is there in the denominator part? Again, a plus b into a minus b, that is nothing but a square minus b square we have. So I'll be having 1 square minus sine square theta. Okay, and while I was doing with the previous question, do you remember the same type of a question was there? Numerator part I have square, fine enough, but what about the denominator, dear? Use identity to make it square. And I told you which is the identity that we have to use here. 1 minus sine square theta is nothing but cos square theta. Means instead of 1 minus sine square theta, I am going to use the value cos square theta because they are equal to each other. Okay, according to the trigonometric identity, they are equal to each other. Okay, now look at the board here. We'll simplify it more. Root of, numerator part I have 1 plus sine theta the whole square divided by, instead of 1 minus sine square theta, I told you I'll substitute cos square theta. Okay, I will write here cos square theta plus root of the second part. Look at the second part. I have 1 minus sine theta the whole square divided by 1 minus sine square theta is nothing but what? Cos square theta. So what I'll be having here? 1 minus sine theta the whole square divided by, instead of 1 minus sine square theta, I'll put cos square theta. I hope it is understood. If not, just watch the video again and again, you will get it clear. Fine. Now, square and root, square and root, square and root, square and root, all got cancelled. What I left with, dear? I left with only 1 plus sine theta whole divided by cos theta plus 1 minus sine theta whole divided by cos theta. This is what I left at the end. Okay. Now take the LCM. What is the LCM I have? Both are having the denominator cos theta. That is the LCM I can have. Now in the numerator part I have 1 plus sine theta. Here I have 1 minus sine theta. Okay, plus sine theta minus sine theta got cancelled. What I left with? 1 plus 1, that is 2 divided by cos theta. Okay, 2 divided by cos theta. See now dear, 2 I will keep as it is. Can I write cos theta as 1 by cos theta? Of course I can write. So 2 into 1 by cos. Cos is the reciprocal function of which trigonometric function, dear? Sec theta. Yes or no? So instead of cos, I'll be writing sec. So what I have to write here? 2 into sec theta. Look at the RHS part. I need to have 2 sec theta. We end up with 2 sec theta. So at the end, right, LHS is equal to RHS. I say this is one of the important question. The next question is very important question, board asked question dear. This is 4-mark question, not a simple one. You have to expand this, simplify it to reach the RHS part. Okay, so you will understand. We'll do it step by step. And once again, I'm telling you, don't write with me. Just wait for a moment. First, watch it clearly. How do I'm going to do it to reach the answer. And after that, pause the video, try to do by yourself. If you do that 2 to 3 times, you will be very perfect. Fine. Why the question of solving prove that questions are more? Because you will get ideas, dear. Ideas are very important to solve prove that questions. Ideas comes how much you solve examples. Understanding means the number of ideas that you are going to get in your mind is directly proportional to the number of questions that you are practicing. More questions, more ideas, more idea, more marks. Fine. We'll move to the next question. See, prove that. We'll directly write the LHS part. What is there in the LHS part? 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. Dear, I told you, you need to find the decisions. You need to make the decision. When numerator and denominators are with a different sign, then what I do? I have to go for rationalizing the denominator, isn't it? So in the denominator part, I have 1 minus sine theta. So what I do? I multiply with 1 plus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. Okay, minus. Look at the second part. What I have in the second part, dear? 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. I told you I'm going to rationalize it. So multiply with the denominator by the different sign. So I'll be having here 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 minus sine theta. Okay, now look at the board here. 1 plus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta will give me what? Will give me 1 plus sine theta the whole square divided by, see, 1 minus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta, that is a minus b into a plus b. A minus b into a plus b is equal to what? A square minus b square. So what I am going to write here? 1 square minus sine square theta. Okay, minus, what is there here? 1 minus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta. Again I'll write 1 minus sine theta the whole square. Okay, divided by again 1 plus sine theta into 1 plus sine theta, 1 square minus sine square theta. Practice it, you will get a lot of knowledge, understanding. Now dear, see here. Again, I have to use a trigonometric identity. Which trigonometric identity comes into your mind? Denominator part. Look at it. 1 minus sine square theta is nothing but what? It is cos square theta. Means instead of 1 minus sine square theta, I am going to substitute cos square theta. Okay. So now see here. 1 plus sine theta the whole square divided by cos square theta. Instead of 1 minus sine square, I am writing cos square theta minus see here 1 minus sine theta the whole square divided by cos square theta. Yes or no? This is the simplification part that we have. Now dear, we'll further simplify it little more. We take the LHS directly. Both are having the same denominator. So we'll take the LHS directly. LHS is nothing but cos square theta. Yes or no? Both are with cos square theta. So I just write cos square theta. If both are same, just do the operations in the numerator part. What is there in the numerator part? Here I have 1 plus sine theta the whole square minus here I have 1 minus sine theta the whole square. Okay, and again the time to take the decision. Look at the board. What comes into your mind? A plus b the whole square. Yes or no? Now I am going to apply a plus b the whole square formation here. You know that a plus b the whole square, a square, that is 1 square, b square, that is sine square theta, plus 2 into a into b, that is 2 into a into b. Isn't it dear? Okay, minus is there. So write whatever the values are there inside the bracket. Otherwise, you wind up with the opposite signs. Yes or no? So whenever you have a negative sign and after that simplification, then please go with respect to the bracket and write 1 minus sine theta the whole square. Now it looks like a minus b the whole square. Yes or no? Again, I need to use an identity. A square plus b square minus 2ab. So 1 square plus sine square theta minus 2 into a into b, that is 2 into 1 into b, isn't it? Whole divided by, I just have cos square theta. Okay, let me simplify here. 1 square will be 1. Sine square theta is sine square theta. Yes or no? Plus 2 into 1 into sine theta is nothing but 2 sine theta. Yes or no? See, minus into plus minus 1 square will be 1. Minus into plus minus sine square theta. Yes or no? Minus into minus plus 2 into 1 into sine theta, 2 sine theta, whole divided by I have cos square theta. Fine. Now plus 1 minus 1 got cancelled. Sine square theta minus sine square theta got cancelled. 2 sine theta plus 2 sine theta. I wind up with 4 sine theta divided by cos square theta. Okay, 4 sine theta divided by cos square theta. I will rearrange the equation in such a way that, look at the board, 4 into sine theta whole divided by cos square theta is there. So I'll write it as cos theta into cos theta. Okay, cos square theta is nothing but cos theta into cos theta. So here I have 4 into, DS, sine theta by cos theta. Use the trigonometric relation. Sine by cos is nothing but what? Tan we have. Sine by cos is nothing but tan theta we have. And look at the board here. If nothing is there, I can put into 1. No issues. 1 divided by cos theta. Cos is the reciprocal of sec theta. So 1 by cos is nothing but sec theta. Okay. Look at the RHS part, we have 4 into sec theta into tan theta. Look at the end what we got, 4 into tan theta into sec theta. So I can write here LHS is equal to RHS. Whatever the questions we have solved are board appeared questions, dear. So practice a lot so that you can get a hand on it. Understanding? Thank you for watching. Keep watching. Subscribe the channel.